So let me ask you this. If we can go back and if I were able somehow to insulate you with a pro-marriage, pro-relationship community, do you think you still would have actually gone through a divorce?
Not that time. The truth about the matter is that if I had different people in my ear at that time, I would not have made that decision. No.
Welcome back, family. Finally, Samantha Lee has broken her silence and admitted that she regrets divorcing Tyrese Gibson on an exclusive interview with the Hardly Initiated podcast. In this breakdown, you are going to see how much of an impact people around women who decide to divorce their husbands have.
So let me ask you this. If we can go back and if I were able somehow to insulate you with a pro-marriage, pro-relationship community, do you think you still would have actually gone through a divorce?
Not that time.
Okay.
I don't know what would have happened. Oh, I've never said this publicly.
No, that's what we do.
This is a Hardly
this is
Initiated exclusive, baby.
Delano, make sure you zoom in on this one, okay?
Yeah. It gets
Don't
deep.
actually no. I want to deny myself. I want to deniability. Yeah, no, the truth about the matter is that if I had different people in my ear at that time, I would not have made that decision. No.
Wow.
I wouldn't. And that's the truth. I try my very best at this point in my life to be what I didn't have in that moment. Because I think that women were like, I'm an extremely emotional person. People that know me know that about me. I'm the kind of person that like, okay, I feel so strong, and I can ruminate. I can get so lost in my thoughts. I know a lot of women are like that. Like not all of us, right? But some of us are. Just like a lot of men can be like that. But I know women specifically, there will be moments where they'll be like, I'm ready to be done. I'm ready to be done. I'm ready to be done. I can't stand this. He don't do this. He don't do that. Blah, 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 blah. And we're just focusing on these things. And because you don't have a certain person in your life to check you and say, sis, what about this? What about this? What about these strengths? What about what he's not doing? Like those types of things. That can get you thinking about the positive aspects of this person that you may not be thinking about when you're upset. You're only thinking about what you're mad about. You're not thinking about all the other positive aspects of this person. And so in those moments, you need somebody to be the person for that person.
Yeah.
In those moments.
This is exactly what we've been saying all along. Most women let their emotions dictate their decisions, even when it comes to life-changing decisions like divorce. I strongly believe that most women would have divorced their husbands if there was no one in their ears telling them to do so. That is why it is very important to keep marriage people minded around you if you want your marriage to last longer.
So it's still some people in the chat right now that they still confused. They really not understanding the pro-marriage, right? Or somebody who's an advocate for marriage. So if you could just paint the people who weren't necessarily pro-marriage and you coming to them or you just expressing these different issues that you having, what type of responses were you actually getting versus what you should have been receiving?
It's not so much about what should have been received, because I think that based upon what had occurred in our relationship by that time, a lot of people were saying that this was time for me to leave this particular relationship.
Yeah.
It wasn't just me. It was my loved ones. I have been seeing a therapist. My therapist, I had people that were like, it's time. This is not the best decision for you to remain in as is. And so when that happened, or what I mean by pro-marriage is that there is people in my life that it's not so much pro-marriage, it's pro the other person. So my thought process, based upon the clip that I shared on my own page, was he had people in his life that would advocate for her. in his most heated moments. And he wanted his wife to have people that would advocate for him in those moments. And so it wasn't necessarily somebody that was pro-marriage as much as it was giving a different perspective on that person that would be fair to that person in that moment. So it could be like it might be, let's say my best friend, my homegirl, she might be pro-marriage, but she's pro-me. She gonna advocate for me on that phone. I'm talking about somebody that maybe it's his sister. Maybe it's his mom. Maybe it's somebody that can, maybe not the mom. I wouldn't do the mom, but like somebody else in his life that could advocate and speak to him that he has designated, because that's what this guy did. He had designated certain people that when she's that upset and she needs an ear, she's not just talking to friends, her own friends who are going to advocate for her, but more or less somebody that's going to advocate for him in those moments and be able to be a voice of reason for him when she's not hearing him. That's what he was asked. That's what he was saying. And that's what I think that I didn't have.
I personally don't believe in telling your marital problems to anybody else than your spouse, not even a therapist. I believe that if you and your spouse cannot come into an agreement on something, then no one can help you to fix the issue. When you maintain a healthy, frequent, genuine communication with your spouse, these kind of things will not occur.
I had people that were in my life that were advocating for me, and that's not a negative thing.
Yeah.
It just was at the time being so hurt, so emotional, just being in my feelings, making a move. I didn't necessarily have that, nor did I make space for that. And so I would say to a woman that's highly upset, that's highly emotional, it's like, you know what, I'm done. I'm about to call he did this, he did that again, blah, blah, blah. You go. No, you're actually not ready to do this. You being at this space of emotional intoxication, you're making a life-changing decision. You have absolutely no idea what you're about to walk into. So you should actually sit down, chill out, relax, call somebody that, watch one of your favorite shows, walk around, do something different, and then come to a place or call somebody. I know in my own life and in the women that I've worked with for a very long time, they know that they can reach out to me like, sis, I'm, my husband's doing X, Y, and Z. Can I reach out to you? And they'll reach out to me and we'll sit on the phone. I'll be like, no, you're wrong. Are you ready to hear this? You're wrong. You actually should be doing this. You actually should. And they've grown to trust me because they know that ultimately I'm going to say when somebody is wrong, but I'm going to give you a perspective that is not going to break the family up because I am experiencing a broken family. I'm experiencing what that's like.
And you can feel the hurt in her voice when she is saying what she is experiencing right now. Broken families are championed so much these days, and people are trying to accept it as the norm. But you can clearly see here how much pain is caused by divorce. My friends, I will advise you to choose your spouse very carefully if you wish to have one, because the odds are against you. And above all, keep your head up, focus on your goals, and everything else will follow. I love you and I appreciate you for all your support. Please feel free to like, subscribe, comment, and share to help push this content to more men in need. I'm out. Peace.